Timeline and Sabali, and I know you mentioned is getting a quick breather on the bench. As we mentioned earlier, they were going for about 3 or 4 minutes straight, nonstop without a whistle. That's a good drive by Harris. And if you're the Rams, Southern California Academy, what's your thoughts on them so far in this one too, as we got a 16 all game?
Well, I think what Coach Von Heslick, I think he's preaching defense right now. You know, guys are missing some assignments and letting things go, and I think that's what he's getting so frustrated with, as well as on the other end, proper ball movement and spacing. I think he's getting a little upset with his guys for not sharing the basketball, sometimes forcing some shots.
Both free throw attempts missed on that end by Cameron Harris as the Rams get into their half-court set. Nice little drive, step back there by Sellers. He's knocked down a couple.
And that's a great move there by Sellers of taking that bump and really initiating the bump to create his space there.
Yeah.
And that's initiating the bump without extending your arm, and that's what's so effective.
They're going to call Cameron Harris for steps. And Coach is going to call him to the bench. Eight minutes to go in the first half of this one as the Rams and the Bears do battle, and Bella Vista comes up with the rebound. They're looking to run. No numbers there. That's trouble. Now they'll get set as Sabali stuck back into the game once. He didn't sit for long.
Nope. It's Phillips.
Yeah, good drive by him, and he's unable to get that one to fall. Rams coming back the other way. They've gone a while without a field goal here. Sellers close to that timeline.
Nice.
Yeah, good shot there. I can't see his jersey.
I think it's Wilson, I believe. Skylar Wilson.
Committed to Eastern Washington. They got a Nevada commit too, and Weaver. As far as this Bears team. It's a good hustle there. Smiley gets a little sloppy with it. Possession arrow will go to the Rams. Wheeler's going to check back into the game for Bella Vista as he got into some early foul trouble with 2 quick fouls, and he was one of the kids we talked about. Maybe him being a factor was not only facilitating the game, but knocking down some shots today. Good drive there and good patience. That's going to be on the floor as Harvey with the drive on that one. Shays is checking into the game for Bella Vista. First time we've seen him. I don't remember him playing the other night.
Yeah,
Good out of bounds play. He mishandled that one. They're going to have to reset. Yaru Harvey calling out the play. Back to Yaru. Harvey looking to drive, and man, that's a frustrating foul right there. You got him trapped in the corner, the baseline, nowhere to go but right as far as the pass. And
3 seconds on the shot clock.
yeah, absolutely.
So now that
That's
resets
tough one
to
to
20.
swallow. Good out of bounds play there. Again, a good look and off the mark as there's a battle for the rebound, and you got to be strong and snatch that board. Man, a lot of opportunities on this end for the sideline game.
Yep.
You know, the sideline is going to get MVP of the best defense this week.
No doubt.
We've seen more kids step on that sideline than I've ever seen before calling the game. Wheeler bringing it across the timeline. He'll get him set in the half court as it's been a well-played game so far, I believe, for both teams, even though Bella Vista's going a while without a bucket. We'll see if they can break that now as Wheeler gets it swatted going to the rim, and I like his aggressiveness, and it was good offense, good defense there.
Well, that's what Wheeler does. He's very quick laterally and to the basket. Just good defense, better defense that time.
Wheeler get it up top and get it back in the corner as King thought about a three, and see if he can work off a screen, and we'll get reset. They'll look it in the post. Gotta be strong. Gotta be strong, man. Good head fake there. I don't know about that, whatever that was. It was kind of a hook, a scoop.
Yeah, you'd rather see him go straight up.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Good shot by him. One thing about this level of basketball, and I'm sure you agree with me, trying to do a circle shot to avoid contact in that manner, it's not going to get you a whistle blown.
More times than not, it's going to get it swatted right back in your face.
Absolutely. Nice little hezzy dribble and pull up.
Nice shot there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was Wilson on that bucket. And we'll get a timeout by Southern California Academy. We'll take one, too. We'll be back with more action. This is the Grind Session. Welcome back to the Grind Session. It is 24-18. Southern California Academy with the early lead in this one. 5 minutes to go in the first half as Bella Vista's been on a little bit of a dry spell. We've seen Sabali play a big factor in their points early, but he's sitting on the bench, and they got to look to get their points from somewhere.
I'd be looking to go to Mason on the block, but he's not down there now.
Well, it's going to be a turnover by Simon Wheeler, and we're going to go the other way.
I think that's where their best offense comes from, is just see what type of looks you get when Mason catches on the block.
Absolutely. That was a
lot of attention.
Yeah, he was a factor on the post along with Sabali driving the ball off the bounce. But these guys have shot the ball well, too, referring to the Rams as they've knocked down a couple threes, a couple mid-range shots, and just sticking to what they do.
If you're Wheeler here, you got to be careful. He's already got two.
Absolutely.
He's jumping around a little bit.
Nice little spin move by Harvey, and good defense, too, by Spears.
Yep. It's a great defensive possession.
And if you're Southern California, and what I'm noticing now is they get some subs into the game, they were able to extend their lead with some of their most talented guys on the bench. We're talking about Jalen Thompson sitting down, Schultzberg on the bench as well, doing that little bit of a run. So those guys got to get some quality rest on the bench while extending their lead.
Yeah, because that's two of their better scorers. There's Wheeler.
Absolutely.
When he gets involved, they're a much better team. We've seen him put up 30-plus points on the grind session already.
Schultzberg working against Wheeler. Wheeler working with 2 fouls, too. He's real close to picking up a third. That's good defense there as he keeps his hands to himself as Thompson comes wide open off that screen and could knock it down. Schultzberg with a nice little Euro right there. Offensive rebounds are killing Bella Vista right now. I'm curious to see how many offensive rebounds Southern California has, because it seemed like they shot the ball 2 or 3 times every trip.
Nothing more frustrating than giving up offensive rebounds. There's no doubt about that.
26-20 is the score as Bella Vista looks to chip away at this lead. And
get it right
Spears.
back to him.
Yeah, look at, there we go. Work, big fella. Well, here's the deal.
What was that?
I don't know, but my deal is he called it travel, but you get 2 steps off the pass. It doesn't matter which direction those 2 steps go in.
No,
I didn't.
I'm a little confused there.
Thompson kicks it back over to Schultzberg. He's using that Euro again. Thompson moving left and gives it back to Schultzberg as he works one-on-one, pulls up. He can knock it down, but that's off the mark. Spears comes up with the rebound, gives it up to Wheeler. Wheeler looking ahead. Wheeler driving in the middle of that lane. He kicks out. Spears started by the Caruth. Nice shot in the corner. I'm not sure why I don't see a little bit more out of him or some more touches with him. Yeah, it seems like
he's a spot-up shooter, man. He knocks it down, but give a lot of credit there to Wheeler. He started that. He basically gets a hockey assist there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that came off of his penetration.
Wheeler been playing good defense without fouling here since he's been back in.
Hey,
man, that's a good shot right there.
That kid, he's a knockdown shooter as well. Isaiah Sellers.
I'm going to put in a request for the Rams to get some numbers printed on the front of those jerseys for me.
Yeah.
Help a brother out, please.
I told you, man, they're making us work.
Spears coming off a good down screen, but unable to knock it down. So there's a battle for a rebound. Go ahead, Big. Go ahead, big man. Do work. That's Shays using that wide body to grab a rebound and get an opportunity to shoot some free throws. Just to let you know, you can follow us on social media as well. You can log on to Instagram, The Real Grind Session, also on Twitter at The Grind Session as well. You can keep track of all the rankings, all the commitments for some of these players and highlights. And I'm telling you, last night we had some highlights, man. We were talking about it this morning. I had to go home and watch the game over again last night.
And, of course, you know, you're talking about Shaden Sharp.
Absolutely.
The kid, he's one of the best highlight dunkers and highlight players in the country, I'm telling you right now. And I think you just said, you can see that on Twitter at The Grind Session.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, man.
Everybody's all over this kid now. I mean, you know, once he just gets a little taste of exposure, he's going to blow up.
Absolutely. And that was Shays knocking down both of those free throws. And as he goes to the bench, gives him a good couple minutes. And great finish there. Man.
It was Coyne.
Yeah, Coyne getting up there. That's called one of those energy plays, man.
There you go. Now, let's see what you get out of this.
There we go. Good basic fundamental. You got to finish that. There we go. Another opportunity. Off the mark. Now, go right back down. Coach is upset. You're 3 feet away. You bring it right back out. Want to go right back up, but sloppy again, man. You can't leave him.
It's the toughest shots in basketball, man.
He was looking for a call right there and didn't work out for him. Sabali pushing it ahead.
Another missed layup.
Oh, he can shoot.
Well, that's a layup right there for Caruth.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's his version of a layup.
Get that man some more touches as we're under a minute to go on this one.
I'm telling you, that's like his dad, man.
Has to be a push-off. That was the easy call right there. Yeah.
Of course, speaking of Jalen Caruth, his father, Shaq Caruth, he was a knockdown shooter, man.
Absolutely.
Started his career at Kentucky, finished at Southern Miss. And Jalen, he keeps it going in the family right there.
Absolutely. 31-28. 30 seconds to go. May have been a missed call and a push there on that pass.
Oh, that's
and then
Wheeler.
Yeah. So Wheeler going to sit down with 3 fouls, and while we're on the subject, he has 6 personal fouls here on the grind session. A little downhill action here, or dribble drive is Jalen Thompson looking to attack as he gives it up. Nice little hezzy. Jalen Thompson with a corner 3, and good shot there.
You can always tell when a shooter's in rhythm. That was totally in rhythm there by Thompson.
Yeah, Spears, a last-second effort there. Man, entertaining first half, well played first half. Coming up, we'll hear from both coaches going into halftime and out of halftime, and as we get ready to keep rolling along right now.
Well, if you're Bella Vista, I think you continue to pound the rock down low. I just think that's their best offense. And, you know, Simon Wheeler, he's got to stay in the game, because look what happens when his penetration. That's when Ruth got his open looks. That's where King gets his open looks. And again, just the ball to Mason, see what he can do down low. If you're Southern Cal, you just continue to play your game. And they've stayed well rested. Jalen Thompson, and you know, those guys have gotten their breathers. And Isaiah Sellers, he's kept them in the game right now. So just continue to play your game, take good shots, don't force things, and just live with it.
All right, and speaking of Bella Vista, they're going to start with the first possession of the second half. And Southern California Academy, they got some kids that can really fill it up with Ben Schultzberg. Didn't really get off in that first half, but he still has the ability to. Harvey, we've seen some shots from him. Sellers knocked down some good shots. And Jalen Thompson, obviously another kid they want to play through as well. And we haven't said enough about Jalen Weaver, too, the Nevada commit. So they got some talent on that roster that can go. Wheeler working off that screen as he kicks it over to Sabali. Sabali back to Wheeler. Wheeler looking to drive as he goes nowhere. Sabali up with the three and a knockdown for him. And he got off to a good start in the first half and off to a good start here in the second.
And you know how it goes, man. You see one go in, that only helps for the rest of the game.
Absolutely. The Rams working in the half court as they thought about a three and gets a little floater. Nope, a dump down and a good finish there at the rim by Weaver, the Nevada commit. Wheeler coming back into the half court as the score is 36-31 as Bella Vista tries to cut it to his lead. Wheeler drives, gets his shot block, and it's going to be out of bounds to Bella Vista.
Wheeler somewhat got tackled there. He's looking around like, yo, man, what do I got to do to get a call?
Especially when they're blowing the whistle on him. Here's King trying to come off that screen. He'll get into the post. This has been effective for him. Well, turnover there, and we get a little bit of a run out. And
good move.
Yeah, absolutely. Good patience there. Oh, I guess Spears didn't want it.
Sellers has a great understanding of knowing how to use his body. And right there, just cut the defender off for an easy two.
38-31. Spears calling out instructions here as they get into their set. As Spears going to try to go one-on-one. As gets a floater, and that's off the mark. But Sabali there with the rebound, and he's get fouled coming down.
Sabali's been very aggressive, and when he plays like that, he's really tough to handle. And they need that out of him. You know, he's got to play that way if he wants to be effective. He's really putting forth the effort.
Mason gives it over to King and reposts, and he'll go to work.
Yep.
Good finish for him, man. Whenever they've had a lot of success, and I know maybe he had a turnover or two, but majority of the time they're really having success hitting them and working. It's old school, really, inside out.
Yeah, and I think for Bella Vista right now, you just want him to get a touch regardless. Doesn't mean he shoots it every time, but just getting touches.
That's off the mark, but good rebound there and stick back.
Coin again.
Yeah, Coin. Wheeler giving out instructions as Bella Vista steps into the half court, and he'll wait for a screen from Mason. Will he use it? Yep, he's going to go to his left, and good kick out there to King, and King gets his feet set, and that's off the mark, and the Rams looking to run out. Schultzberg got his feet set and didn't fall, but a good strong rebound there by Mason. That's that old school calling card, man. Somebody got your arm, you still snatch that thing out of the air with one hand. That whole, like, just grabbing it and keeping it. I love to see a guy snatch that rebound.
And Mason, you know, he is slowly progressing into Bella Vista's best option right now. I mean, he's doing it offensively. He does it on the defensive end as well.
Wow, good defense there. That's Harvey on the block. Mason receives the inbound. He'll drive with his right hand and off the mark there, but if you're Bella Vista, you'll take your chances with that. Good strong drive and kick out to Schultzberg. He'll have fake and try to drive, and he'll give it up. He'll get it back. Off the mark for three as Mason tries to get for that rebound. It's going to go to The Rams blocked out of bounds, and they'll keep possession. 40-33, it seems like, Bella Vista just can't seem to cut into this lead, man. Good defense there by Wheeler, forcing that bad pass. We're under the 15-minute mark as it's been a clean game so far. Not a ton of whistles. I don't want to jinx us. Wheeler gets a good look for three, and that's off the mark as the Rams come down with the rebound. Nope, King almost got a steal there. Schultzberg kicks it over down the lane, and a little scoop shot. Just go up strong with that. Schultzberg's going to get a good look at threes. That's in for him, and
I was going to say,
get a timeout.
He's gotten too many clean looks here. He's not going to miss too many more. And wide open right there, knocks it down.
We'll take a quick timeout. This is the grind session. Coming back out of the timeout, 14-23 is what's left in the second half of this. 43-33 as Southern California just keeps easing that lead up and up. Bella Vista is going to have to find some rhythm on offense. They've been successful. That post up, and Spears sees a good pass from Wheeler. Much needed basket there.
And their two most effective offensive plays or what they're doing right now is Wheeler's penetration and Mason on the block. They got to keep going to that.
I didn't know it was a factor. Yeah, absolutely. Man, that's big time. Little jab step, and got to take a minute to appreciate that one. Schultzberg knocking down the three.
That's two in a row for Schultzberg. So
Yeah.
once you see one go.
Absolutely. There's King with a nice drive there, and he'll go to the line for three. Or I'm sorry, for two. I got caught up on the three because we were making the comment of Schultzberg knocking down the last two baskets, been threes for him. Really good looks. First one's good for King, as King is committed to New Mexico. Kid from Bama. Second one, a go too. Little ball pressure from Bella Vista here as the Rams looking to get across the line. They do, and nice little cut across the lane. Good recovery from Sabali too. It's a good look. I know that may seem deep to most, but when you guys are feet set, man, and have that shooting ability of Sellers, that's a good look.
17 for Sellers.
Wow. And he's let the game come to him too as they try to get it into Mason, and that's a bad spot to give it to the big man. And they're going to call him for a travel. I mean, you're behind the eight ball.
Yeah.
Catching it in that position to begin with. At the scores table was Caruth, man. Another kid who shot the ball well for Bella Vista. They need some offense. So hopefully he can maybe give them a spark. Speaking of Caruth, he's got Clemson and Xavier looking at him.
Everybody always needs a shooter.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that.
Schultzberg.
Nice
I just
take,
figured out who he reminds me of.
Who's that?
Wally. What was the guy named from Miami?
Zerbiak?
Zerbiak.
It looks like him.
He kind of got a Zerbiak look to him. What a great run that kid had too, man, when he was young. Wheeler gets stuck in traffic.
Yeah, that Zerbiak team, I think it may have been 98, I believe.
Yeah.
They played Kentucky deep into the tournament, maybe
Yep.
Sweet 16 or Elite 8, one or the other. Of course, that's the year Kentucky won it with Tubby Smith.
Yeah. Mason receives the inbound pass, gives it up to King. King can't leave him open. I mean, can't leave him open.
Yeah, when he gets good looks, I mean, he hits it. He's right at that 50% mark when he gets the looks.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll take a quick timeout. We'll do the same. It's the grind session.
We have 2 perfect times. Great. Let's keep this shit up. We gotta make
51-40. Welcome back. It is the grind session. Southern California Academy enjoying the lead right now as they get it across the timeline. Thompson receives it back and driving with that left hand as they got a little dribble drive action. 51-40. We get a foul on King there. King comes up limping, and we'll get Cameron Harris back into the game, and hopefully King is all right as he's a little gippy down there. Jalen Thompson with the ball in the corner.
It's his spot.
Absolutely.
That is his spot right there.
54-40. Again, that lead is kind of creeping up for the Rams as Wheeler tries to answer a little bit and comes up a little short.
Yeah, it's good defense, good help there.
Absolutely. Jalen Thompson
Weaver
filling it off the mark. Man, you got to rebound. We talked about this just a little bit in the first half as I made the mention of the Rams getting a lot of offensive rebounds. So I'm not sure what the number are in comparison, but, man, they've got a ton of offensive rebounds in this game.
Weaver all the way, man.
Absolutely. That's a good, strong move there.
Yeah, they've got 12 offensive rebounds for the game.
Absolutely. That's big time. Wheeler kicks over to Ruth. He can knock it down. That's off the mark. And again, Rams, another opportunity to increase their lead. It's up to 16 now. Thompson with a little jab step to the right, goes to the left, crosses in between. I feel like I'm calling the boxing match.
Man.
That's tough.
It's over a 7-footer there, Singari. That's just a great shot by Thompson off glass.
Wheeler, no call there. We got to run out, see if we can get a flight.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow, man. I mean, I don't mind the pass off the backboard either. I mean, you just got to go up and just poke it.
Absolutely. Mom's yelling from the stands over there. Mom, I need that. Spears, driving middle, good hand right there on defense. There's a loose ball, and it'll stay with Bella Vista. Spears, the three, off the mark, and Bella Vista comes up with the rebound as things get a little sloppy.
Oh.
Good challenge there by Bella Vista. Good drive by Jalen Thompson. He'll go to the line for 2.
It's a great hustle from Thompson. I don't know how he was able to get that block and get this ball out of here.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and get to the rim.
I mean, Bella Vista had a couple guys right there for it. I don't know. I don't know how Thompson came up with that one.
Tell you, man, to be able to super effective, consistent player on this level, man, you got to have some bit of dog in you.
Oh, of course.
You got to get after it on both ends, that's for sure. A lot of talent, man. That's an unnecessary foul there. Sagare on the post up there, the 7-foot junior. Spears with the ball up top, giving out some instructions. They're gonna post the big. Gotta go to work there.
I know, I seen that.
Harris on defense. The Rams with the possession and a 20-point lead. Nice little hezzy right there by Harvey.
Oh, okay.
Spears kicks it over to Caruth. Caruth coming back towards the top. Harris with a good look at three, and that's off the mark. And again, Rams
You be stuck over there right now.
gonna get it into the half court.
We can't even
Mom
get
in
them
the
into our
stands is
bench
proud
right
over there. I don't know who Mama that is, but she's the cheerleader, the assistant coach. I love it. Love to see the parents out here supporting the kids.
now. Nah, for sure.
Another good basket from Weaver, the Nevada commit. Harris with a good drive, but not a good finish, and this thing's about to get ugly. Stepped on the
I was
sideline.
just waiting for it, man. As soon as he left his feet, I was just thinking to myself, I guarantee he comes down on that line.
All right, we got a full timeout. We'll do the same. And you're watching the grind session.
This is the grind session.
.820 to go, and this one's 64-40, a 24-point lead from the Rams, and it was close for a little bit, man, but Bella Vista can't throw a beach ball into the ocean right now. Let's credit the Rams, too, with some really good defense, and right on cue, they get another steal. Nice little ball fake there from Harvey. Bella Vista looking for something. I mean, still can't make a basket. I don't know how long it's been since they scored, but it's been too long.
And, you know, it really doesn't feel like it's, well, to me anyway, I mean, it could be different for you, but it doesn't feel like it's a 26-point game. I mean, it doesn't feel close. But, I mean, that lead is just stretched out and just keeps, keeps getting bigger.
I tell you, what's happening is you mix in a tough shooting night, and you can't rebound on the defensive end. It's asking for trouble. So you gotta keep it simple, man. You're trying to chip away at a lead.
Right.
Here's King, opportunity to run, and foul on the floor before the shot.
Ooh. King wanted that continuation.
Yeah, he did.
I think at this point, I think I'd have given it to him.
Harris checking back into the game for Bella Vista. He'll receive the inbound pass over to Wheeler. King with the ball. He shot that before I
Yeah. Deep.
Man, quick with it. Yeah, that was a deep three for sure. That was from the interstate, I-10. Still a long way to go. The Rams are, man, that's just good basketball right there. I was just about to say, I was going to make a comment, Bella Vista's got to have some stops, but they can't stop a nosebleed right now.
Yeah, there was no resistance there.
Look, man. Oh, come on. You got to take an extra dribble. If you're going to go through there, make that one more dribble or give it up on the.
Look out now. Oh, good take.
Yeah, real good take.
I thought we may see another off the backboard type of lob there, but
Absolutely.
probably,
All right.
probably smarter move. Just go ahead and lay it in.
We got a timeout. We'll do the same. It is the grind session. Coming back out of the timeout, 6:20 to go, and this one's 70-43. And like I said, it's been a tough stretch for Bella Vista this weekend, and it's just not played well. Right now, you just want to try to build on something positive coming out of this, because, man, I ain't gonna lie, this is hard to watch.
If you're Coach Boswell, you're looking for guys that are going to go out and play hard. I mean, basically at this point, you know.
Cameron Harris going to have an opportunity to go to the line and shoot two. I feel like the talent, the roster-wise for Bella Vista,
It's
talent is there.
confusing, AJ.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm just scratching my head. You know,
I mean, they
looking at some of the pieces, you got some big guys that can shoot. You got a good post player. You got
got Division I prospects on
Absolutely.
their team, so you know you just never know, man. Yeah, if it's well, you just never know. I can't speculate on anything, but guys just got to come together and get their chemistry right, learn to play together as a team.
What we don't have to speculate on is they need to play better. Harris unable to finish there as Thompson comes away with the rebound, and a little sloppy play from Wilson as he loses it going out. (70-44) as we're under 5.5 to go. Ruth bringing it back up top. King, he can shoot it from anywhere. Like that, off the mark. That's gonna stay on this end. I love it. Coach said, I need them boards. I don't care what the score is right now. I want you to play the right way.
I already know it. How far are you from here?
Wheeler get him set in the half court.
No time to give up, or to get lackadaisical. If you are
at 1 tonight.
Southern California Academy, you got to keep playing.
Have a walk going the other way. So this is the point of the game. I know there's 5 minutes to go, and teams, they watch and parents watch, and I get to talking about other stuff, but I'm gonna talk about the next one because this one right here, man. Phoenix Prep is coming out. This is not Phoenix Prep Blue, but Phoenix Prep, they're basically their main squad, and then BFL Prep, and I know Phoenix Prep is loaded. They had a big day yesterday as they had 16 kids between the girls and the boys teams, all signed letters to go play college basketball, which is huge for any program.
I got a chance to call one of their girls' games actually, and they've got a squad over there. Sure.
Absolutely. Congratulations to them as well, man. It's those kids
Nice move
showing
by
a bright
Cam.
future. Yeah, absolutely. again, I see stuff like that with this Bella Vista roster. I'm like, there's some talent there. Then you got some shooters. You got decent point guard. You got size.
Well, basically, what you're saying is that there's no way they should be getting beat like this.
No, absolutely not.
Like, really any night. It doesn't matter who they're playing. Like, they've got the talent to play with anybody.
Wheeler working in the half court. Drives middle, spins back, gives it up to King. I'm sorry, Spotley. It's off with that. Ben with a nice little floater, but off the mark, and there's another offensive rebound. They've had a lot of those. Wheeler gonna pull. Off the mark. Thompson with the rebound.
Springs out.
Yep. Schultzberg on the miss. Spotley into the half court. It's a little crossover and drive, and he'll go shoot some free throws. So I think got somebody who's fouled out of the game. Exactly 3 minutes to go, 72-46. I'll let you know. You can follow the Grind Session on Instagram at The Real Grind Session, also on Twitter as well. And don't forget, on Instagram, you can follow Grind Session University. It's not just a game, it's a lifestyle. It's not really a slogan, but it felt right.
Well, and that's just, that's just everyone in everyday life, we all have a grind, and it's just, whether it's going to work, whether it's whatever, working out, anything. So it kind of, the grind session kind of applies to, like you said, everything in life. So, and that Grind Session University, that's just helping these kids out and helping them to understand, what they need to prepare for at the next level, because that's what this is about, is getting them to the next level, getting them prepared for life.
And not only with the players, the parents too. It's very informational. And
of course,
I've been to some of the luncheons and things of that nature they have towards the end of the season. They bring folks in from the NCAA and talk about grades and talk about ACT scores, just to be able to even accept that D1 scholarship, or just the recruiting process just in itself, and let these guys know you got to plan bigger than just basketball too. And that's one of the messages I've seen preached to them is, hey, yeah, everybody's not going to make it to the NBA.
Yep.
So you got to think bigger than just basketball.
Well, I want an opportunity to use your platform as a college athlete to be successful for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. We see that where we're from, guys that played at Murray State. These guys got great jobs, man. They didn't make it to the NBA, but they set themselves up for the rest of their life with good jobs. And that's Sarah McKinney is the leader of the Grind Session University.
Yeah, her son's looking to do big things with UK. Yeah.
Sky Clark, he's committed to Kentucky, so she knows firsthand what it's like to be a parent in the recruiting process, and you got a high level kid who's going to a blue blood school, so she knows firsthand what it's about.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, before coming over here to the gym today, I noticed that college basketball kicked off with some of the tournaments and games, and just looking to see when, speaking of her son, when their first ball game is.
Well, he won't be there. He won't be there this year.
He'll be there following year.
Yeah, he's the next class. But who they play tomorrow?
Morehead State.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll be here on the grind, though.
Yep.
We'll have draft talk coming up throughout the night as well as we get ready for the NBA draft tomorrow. And I'm going to do some homework for our next broadcast, man. Figure out how many players we've got in the NBA, maybe find out how many we currently got in the NBA. I know
Grind Session alone.
Absolutely. There's a ton of them. And the main name for the grind session we'll be keeping an eye on tomorrow is LaMelo Ball. Good drive there from Mason. His score is 76-48. 123 to go in this one. And I know everybody kind of talked about LaMelo's game, especially when he was on the grind session. It was, not a lot of defense. But I remember what stood out to me the most is his ability, his IQ, his passing, man. And he's a better shooter than his brother.
Well, here's the deal, is that when you watched YouTube and stuff back in the day of LaMelo, you see him shooting half-court shots, you see him not getting back on defense.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you see him play in person, you see a whole different type of player. And the first thing with me is just his, like you said, his IQ, but his passing ability, his playmaking ability, and that's what he'll do in the NBA. He goes in my opinion, better than his brother. I think he's, like you said, he's a better shooter, no doubt about that.
How about a kid that played for a program that's on the floor right now, Bella Vista, going to be in the NBA draft too. Don't know where he's going to fall, but Terry Armstrong will be available for NBA draft tomorrow as well.
I saw Terry at the first bubble. Matter of fact, I actually talked to him.
How's he feeling? How's he looking?
Oh, he's good, man. He said he's preparing for the draft, and I had my picture made with him. I guess it was 2019 now, and I told him, I said, I know you won't remember me probably, but yeah, we just had a nice conversation, and he's a nice, soft-spoken kid, man, and he's putting in the work right now just to try to get drafted.
Good deal. We got 25 seconds to go on this one. At 81-50 is the score, and we'll have an interview with the player of the game coming up as well. And I know we mentioned earlier, if you just tuned in, definitely follow the social media platforms of the Grind Session on Instagram at The Real Grind Session, and also on Twitter and Grind Session University. You can always check for highlights, always check for the player of the game, and also share the opportunity to watch the broadcast with friends and family as well, and log on to tanagersports.tv. Now, player of the game, or MVP of this game, is going to be Jalen Thompson. We'll check his numbers here in just a few, and we'll chit-chat with him after the game, or Mikey will. $81-51. That's the score. Jalen Thompson, some interest from LSU and Alabama, USC, Stanford, Washington State. No, he's working with a double-double. 16 and 10. They'll wind it down, and that'll do it for this one. 81-52 is